How's it going, everybody? I just want to do an update on my 300 Blackout 10.5 inch pistol build that I did about a couple years ago or so. So I finally went to try my OSS suppressor out on it, and I got the muzzle brake from them, OSS, that the suppressor threads onto this muzzle device. I was waiting on my rock set to come in to put on the threads to hold this in place. Besides just torquing it down, and it didn't come in, show up yet, so I temporarily just put it on, and just so I can try a few rounds out and see how the suppressor works. And then so finally it came in, and I went to do the muzzle brake and break it loose and add the rec set, and I reinstalled the muzzle device. So I went ahead and cleaned the firearm afterwards, and got it all cleaned up, lubricated, all that stuff. And as I was getting ready to walk away, I happened to notice through my, I had the Yankee Hill free float handguard. It was kind of big in diameter, a big round shaped handguard, real smooth and everything. It didn't have a bunch of sharp edges on it. But I had that handguard, and looking through it, I seen my gas block was canted about like a quarter off. So I was like, well, that's probably why when I was shooting it that day, I had one round that wouldn't chamber, and I used a forward assist. So I was like, well, maybe the gas block came loose. Even though I blew Loctited the screws, maybe it got hot enough and came loose, and then basically got it offset and everything. That's why it wouldn't, the bolt wouldn't line up with the gas tube and everything. That's what I was thinking, at least at first. And then but then again, I was like, well, it was cycling fine. So if it would have been off like quite a bit, especially a 45-degree angle, that would probably pretty much close the gas tube and the barrel off. So I was kind of like, well, that's kind of weird. So finally I went to try to get the handguard off so I can redo everything. And unfortunately, I didn't have the special tool for the handguard. And I just could not for the life of me get it off. It was pretty much getting messed up. So unfortunately, I had to destroy the handguard. So finally got it off and got to try to inspect everything. Here, the gas block was actually fastened properly, and there was nothing wrong with the gas system. Here's the original barrel, which I don't remember the brand of it. This was a gift when I was building this. My dad and brother went in on it for me. I bought it for my birthday, I think it was, years ago. Well, here, the barrel, as you can see, was unthreading from the barrel extension here itself. And this is something that is done from the factory, and you basically kind of have to have a special jig to retorque that down. So here, the whole barrel was the part that was making it crooked, the gas block, not the gas block itself. So since I don't have a special tool for that, and for a gunsmith to do that, it basically would cost more than just getting a new barrel. So unfortunately, that's what I had to do, and I had to get a new handguard too. So I was either going to get a whole new upper, but then again, I didn't want to have to remove this and transfer everything over, and then basically I'll just have an extra spare upper laying around. And I like this one because it matches the finish pretty good on my lower. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to find a decent barrel and a new handguard, and then just rebuild it basically. So that's what I did. Well, not yet though, of course. So I ended up finding on what's it called, Primary Arms. They had this Faxon barrel, 300 Blackout, 10.5-inch 1/8 twist. They had this one for, I think it was like 120 or so, something like that. Regular price is like 150 something, 160 almost. So I got it for a little over 120 or 30 bucks. So a pretty good deal, I think. And Faxon's a pretty good barrel. Actually, the one guy that builds a lot of ARs that I know, he really likes Faxon barrels, and they're made in Ohio where I'm from, so that's cool. So I just got this just temporarily on until I get put it together, of course. So that's the barrel I ended up going with. This is Faxon 10.5-inch. And then, of course, trying to find the right handguard. I'm just trying to get the handguard to get this close to the end of the muzzle device without interfering with the suppressor. So I ended up finding this one, which is actually a budget handguard. This is a 9.5 inch free float, and then there's the mechanism side. Basically, this thread is the part that threads on, and it has like 2 flats that you tighten it down, and then these 3 screws will tighten everything together. So really simple, and it has these nice little ears that are supposed to kind of go against the receiver to keep it from like kind of walking off or getting crooked. So actually a nice feature. Of course, the pick rails on top, and then all the M-locks along the side. So I actually really like this handguard, even though it's a lot cheaper than my other one. Better. I think it looks nicer. I like the design of it. It's a lot more narrower than the other one, which is really nice. It's not big and bulky looking. So eventually I will get a couple M-lock rail sections, one on the bottom and one on the side. I probably won't do an update video. I'm just going to let you know that right now I'm going to do it. And then I'm going to put like an AFG for the bottom, one of the Magpul angled vertical grips. So that's what I'm going to do for this. Put one rail section and then one on the bottom for the AFG. But other than that, so that's it. And here's the handguard. This is also primary arm, so I got it all together. It's made by Expo Arms, which I believe somebody else makes it for them. But it is nice that it is US made, lifetime warranty. So it is type 3 hard anodized finish, 6061 aluminum, anti-rotation taps, which is what I showed you. So altogether, it was a little over 200 bucks shipped. So I think, the complete upper was more than that. But again, it did come with an upper, but I didn't need it. And so I got this a little bit cheaper than buying a complete upper, but at least I'm reusing some of my parts and not having to take this dust cover off and swapping it out, since it has a 300 blackout on there. But so yeah, it does actually, of course it's just kind of mocking it up. Well, of course I would have to take that this piece out to do it, but anyways, I don't trying to mock it up the best I can. I apologize, I'm not really prepared. But anyways, so that's pretty much flat against the back of the receiver, and it kind of gives you an idea of how much the barrel is showing. So I actually like that a lot better. It's actually covering up more of the barrel than the other handguard. The other handguard I think stopped back here, so I think it was like 9 1/4 length or something. This is 9 1/2. So I'm really happy with the way this is going to turn out, I think. So the gas block I had on there, he says, don't use that one. He says those have issues where they can back off, even though mine didn't. So what he's going to do to this is he has a dimple jig. He's going to dimple my barrel, and he has another type of gas block that I don't know the brand, but basically he's going to dimple the barrel, and then it's going to set screw into the dimples. And he said you should never have it come off or come loose. So anyways, so that's the update. So I should hopefully have it finished today. I got to get with him since he has the tool, and I'm just going to, even though I could pretty much do most of it here, I'm just going to go to his house and just have it all done and stuff. So so that's it. That's the update. So nice Faxon barrel. This one's pretty much junk. And a new handguard, which even though it's a $50–60 handguard, it actually is really nice. So that's that, and it's actually pretty lightweight. So that's the update. If you have any questions, feel free to comment, and thanks for watching.